All this talk about 5G, 6G, 7G, here in India we have something more powerful than all of those. Guruji. India is in such wonderful hands. This is the most exciting nexus in the world. The US-India relationship is where it is at. India is in such wonderful hands. With your leadership, with the transformative policies that you and this administration are implementing, together from the public sector and together with the private sector, and really with that community aspect that defines everything that is part of India's rise right now. This is the most exciting nexus in the world. The US-India relationship is where it is at. We know that the backbone of this, of course, is 5G. It's transformative. I don't just come to this work as the United States representative in this country, but as somebody whose last job was mayor of one of the great cities of the world, Los Angeles, for the last 10 years. And we became one of the very first cities in the world to implement 5G, to work with the private sector, to look at innovation, to take risks. And while I had a lot of people in my sphere of influence who said, well, why don't we wait? Let another city figure it out first. They can make the mistakes and then we'll adopt it later. I said, no, it is better to be the co-architects, to fail forward, to find out what is working and what doesn't work, but to be able to be the co-architects of the future. And I think that's what this room is today. It's about the architects, the innovators, and the investors who want to write that history and write that future together. And India, with its vast population, its thriving digital economy, the use of technology that in some ways is leapfrogging other nations around the world, is poised to leverage the transformative power of 5G and 6G, as Secretary mentioned, to catapult itself to the forefront of the digital revolution. I was at dinner with a group of religious leaders here in New Delhi from every faith, and I think it was one of the leaders said, you know, all this talk about 5G, 6G, 7G, here in India we have something more powerful than all of those, Guruji. But I thought that was pretty good. But the leadership in this developing space is something that India can bring through its chairing of the G20 this year to the developing world and to the developed world. India is very much the bridge between these places, geographically, politically, culturally, and historically.